Hey, how's everybody doing today? This morning, this evening, this afternoon, and whatever time zone you're a part of. And on today's video, I want to go into detail about the benefits of being a federal government employee slash mail carrier for the United States Postal Service. The number one benefit or pro of being a mail carrier slash federal government employee is the amount of freedom you get while being a mail carrier delivering. And I say that because when you take breaks, you don't have to get a boss's consent, so to speak, in order to know when you could take a break, because by you being more independent, so to speak, you're able to pretty much take a break, whether it may be a rest break or a lunch break, and whenever you so desire, as long as you're quote unquote caught up with your work, then you're good to go pretty much anytime when you would like to take a break. Now, the number two pro or benefit of being a federal government slash postal service mail carrier is how you'll get to join an employee labor union, which mainly for all the federal employees that are career or permanent. Once they join a union, then you let's say for instance you may be on the verge of getting fired from your job as a mail carrier by you being a full-time slash permanent employee and being part of the postal workers labor union. Then if you are on the verge of getting fired, you can't get fired, unlike when a regular employee at will, in other words, for no reason at all. Instead, it would have to be an actual legitimate reason for you to get fired. Even then, in that case, you're still protected by the federal union. It's also been said that most unionized employees for the Postal Service actually unionized employees who don't just work for the Postal Service, U.S. Postal Service, but unionized employees in general are known to make 30% more than non-unionized employees as well. The third benefit or pro of being a United States employee is the excellent pay. By it being how the average city carrier with the United States Postal Service usually makes on average $19 an hour, between $18 and $19 an hour for starting pay. And it's not bad at all, in my opinion, especially if you don't have a college degree. Another benefit slash pro of being a mail carrier for the United States Postal Service, for all of you who may like to know what it's like in being a postal carrier, even if you would like to apply to become a rural carrier, because most rural carriers sometimes could work as many hours as the average city mail carrier, although you're usually a substitute, so to speak, as a rural carrier and on call, which means that one week you may work upwards to 7 days straight, but the next week you may not work any days by you being a quote-unquote on-call associate for the United States Postal Service. However, once you're a full-time city carrier, because there are also city carrier assistant positions where you'll be in the process of training. Not only that, but you'll be riding, if I'm not mistaken, with another more experienced and seasoned carrier with more seniority, city carrier with more seniority, and will be quote unquote their partner, so to speak. in helping them to deliver mail. And while doing so, they'll go into full detail about what kind of routes you'll be able to take. Because once you become a full-time slash permanent city mail carrier, you're able to pick your specific routes you would like to deliver in or on. It's unlike if you're a non-career city carrier driver, you have to um, just pretty much take whichever routes you're offered. Okay, another benefit slash pro of being a mail carrier for the United States Postal Service is how you get to network with several people by it being a delivery job. Because I know from experience, my experience is being a Grubhub driver in the past, DoorDash driver, just to name a few, how I got the chance, and this was before the COVID-19 pandemic. I got the chance to network with quite a bit of people, some who weren't all that friendly. On the other hand, some who were very friendly. And that's what I like about jobs like that. When you're doing delivery, you get to network um, quite often, to the point where sometimes you could form friendships when people, your customers, I guess you could say, that you have to deliver to your, especially when you get the same routes and you become a full-time slash permanent mail carrier for the U.S. Postal Service. The last pro and con that I really like about being a postal carrier, although I'm not a postal mail carrier, however, I do work for the United States Postal Service, but I'm starting out as a mail handling assistant, or to make it more shorter. If you would like to want to know what it would be if you shorten it, because one also, when you get employed with the United States Postal Service, be prepared to become familiar with a whole lot of acronyms. So my actual job title, if you want to be technical, is a mail handler assistant. But if you were to shorten it or abbreviate it, it's called an MHA. Anyway, and like I was wanting to say, one of my very last on the list, pros slash perks slash advantages of being a mail carrier for the United States Postal Service is how you get to walk a lot, which means most of the time when you do a lot of walking slash jogging, you're getting a lot of exercise, burning a lot of calories as well, and staying more in shape. Be prepared, must I remind all of you. And from what I have heard from reliable sources, that anytime you're a city mail carrier, be prepared to walk quite often. And if you're not used to it, a good thing to do, a good idea, was to be able to go jogging a couple of times prior to starting the job, or walking on a treadmill, so you could get more the hang of doing so. Now, unlike being a city mail carrier for the United States Postal Service, if you're a rural mail carrier, you're not doing as much walking. And I say that because when you're a rural mail carrier, you're driving to houses when the mailbox is right on the street, or right next to your mail truck. And for some of you who don't know, because it's called an LLV. Now, I'm not sure what that exactly means, but it's abbreviated as LLV. To make it more plain and simple, it's the shortened, abbreviated name of the type of male vehicle that you will be driving. And unlike when most vehicles, how they come with the steering wheel on the left side, or aka the driver's side, in the male vehicles, all the male vehicles for the most part, the steering wheel is on the right side. So once you are able to do your training, because you will attend an academy where you will be doing driving classes, and if I'm not mistaken, and judging by reliable sources, the training lasts on average no longer than 3 days. Anyway, I want to conclude this video, and I also need for you all to do me a favor, a big favor, by subscribing to my channel. And when you do see a list of choices, you'll see none for no notifications at all. If you want to be notified of none of my videos at all, you'll also see personalized notifications, just so you could be notified of certain videos of mine or upcoming content that may pique your interest or that may suit your preference. And third, you'll see all notifications and all notification bell. So if you don't mind, make sure you click on the all notification bell so you can be notified of every last one of my upcoming videos, due to how I do plan on making more videos in a not so distant future as well. Also, feel free to comment right down below in the comment section. And also, and how could I forget, give me a big thumbs up, letting me know how much you like the video as well. Also, let me also mention as well, and I forgot all about this. Now, if a lot of you may happen to have Instagram pages, TikTok pages, Facebook pages, which the majority of you do, I'm sure that you have a lot of friends and followers who you may be friends with, may follow on either one of your other platforms that you're on, or vice versa, may follow you. Anyway, feel free to share my content with them, tag them, whatever you may need to do to spread the word all about me. So, with all that being said, have a good and blessed day.